Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Friday and welcome to the Pagan Housewife. This week we are discussing honoring the house spirit. Now, if you've been following the channel, you may remember that last November I did a video that discussed the concept of house spirits and different things that can mean. Today I want to get into building and maintaining that relationship. If you have ever walked into a house and felt a presence permeating everything, the walls, the ceiling, the floors, and all the space in between, then chances are you are picking up on the resident house spirit, which may or may not be a conscious being. In some homes you sense this presence straight away, but other places you have to make a conscious effort to detect it. But there is going to be something there, however faint and however small. And treating it as a valued member of the household or as the energy representing the home itself, that does tend to get things off on the right foot. And it can even reset the relationship if you've lived somewhere, haven't paid any attention to it, or if you had some challenges in your relationship with your house. Now, obviously, in this context, we are not speaking of malevolent beings. That is a separate issue for a separate video. Now, because we weren't necessarily brought up with the idea that a home does have a spirit of sorts and it requires nurturing, it can be a bit of a leap for us, even as pagans, to even contemplate the idea. And then we add on the modern tendency to frequently move from place to place, never really settling in or putting down roots. Perhaps you may feel that it just really wouldn't be worth it to try. So opening your mind to the possibility is a big step, and I want to be sure that that is acknowledged right off the bat. So let's talk about practical steps. To begin with, a clean, tidy environment that is kept in good repair shows respect in and of itself. Just as our bodies rebel when we neglect its needs, so the house spirit may get out of sorts if the place where it resides is treated badly or is allowed to fall into rack and ruin. Having a cleaning routine, fixing what's broken, and creating practical and pleasant spaces communicates that not only do we care about ourselves and our families and the quality of life we have in our houses, but it also signals to the house spirit itself, especially if it is conscious, that we mean to do right by the place and we understand its value. Now, every home has a heart, so identifying what that room is, it could be the kitchen or the living room or even the back patio where you spend most of your time, that can be the first step towards establishing contact between ourselves and the house spirit. It can also serve as a link between both parties, and even the simple act of just standing in that space, whatever that heart of the home is, and projecting love into the room, it affirms our care not just for the physical structure of the house, but for the energy, the spirit that is residing within it. Now for some more spiritual efforts. We know that ancient households and some modern do keep altars for the household gods and any resident spirits therein. This may or may not be a practical thing for you to do, but if you don't have room for such a thing or you're not inclined to do so, don't think that that prevents you from having good relations from the house spirit. It just means that you're not necessarily doing things in a formal way. So simple things such as just addressing the spirit, telling it what you're doing to look after the home, plans you have, dreams of your family in this space, just acknowledging its presence and thanking it for imbuing the place with life all of its own. That's something that doesn't take up space, it doesn't require any special tools, it doesn't take any money. It's something that is within the realm and personal capabilities. It's something that everyone can do. So if you feel moved to, you might go a step further and just from time to time, it doesn't have to be a daily thing or anything like that, you can leave out a designated offering in a specific spot, preferably with wherever you deem the heart of your home to be. Things like honey, milk, homemade bread, a nicely brewed cup of tea, just whatever strikes you, just whatever you intuitively feel the spirit would appreciate, give it to them. Tell the house spirit that you are setting this aside for them to absorb its energies. It's your way of showing appreciation for what they bring to the household, and you hope you can always have peace and harmony between you. Because honoring the house spirit doesn't have to be a complicated affair. It doesn't have to be a formal affair. I think it more so matters to us to acknowledge that there's more going on within our homes than just the physical manifestation of things. I think on a lot of times that's enough. And just saying, I know you're here, you're part of us, you matter. I think that's a good thing to do. So those are my thoughts on the issue. I would love to hear what you think, either in the comments section below, or you can come see us on Discord at Blackbird's Brew. There is a link to join in the description box below, and we'd love to see you there. But that's all for now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.